We are flying to Lisbon and have to change trains at King's Cross. Time for a swing.
Red jewels on the roads.
Mural at the airport station for the metro.
First meal in Lisbon, Piri Piri Mixed Grill.
5-star room, Hotel Palacio Real in the centre of Lisboa. Lots of little cobbled streets and very steep. Lisboa built on a lot of hills.
Lisboa's crest reflects its connection with sailing voyages of discovery.
We came in the same way, over the city.
Reflections as we take a bus to the River Tagus.
A music studio, perhaps? Colourful entrance to a motorway underpass. The golden suspension bridge over the River Tagus with the statue Cristo Rey in the background.
If you don't have a car to drive across the bridge, take the local ferry.
The Mosteiro dos Jerónimos is a highly ornate monastery that is historically associated with the early sailors and explorers.
Seahorse sculpture in the Jardim do Praça do Império.
In 1922, the Portuguese naval aviators Cargo Coutinho and Sacadura Cabral flew in stages from Lisbon, Portugal to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, using 3 different Ferry 3 biplanes.
Belém Tower was first built to defend Lisbon. Years later it was transformed into a lighthouse and customs centre. Art imitates reality. Here you can travel by hippo, not duck. We have come scouting as we are taking a speedboat trip into the sunset tomorrow.
Ice cream time. Tuk-tuks are no longer limited to Thailand. Tremendous memories of our trip to Bangkok. Padrão dos Descobrimentos, the Monument of Discoveries, is on the bank of the Tagus River estuary near Belém Tower.
Heading back to the hotel, we have 2 tram changes, and this gives Randall a chance to get some night photography.
Daylight and time to explore Lisbon. We have a hop-on hop-off bus ticket in our package. This is a bas relief on a theatre.
Parque Eduardo VII.
Statue to the Marquis de Pombal, an 18th century Portuguese statesman. He was Secretary of State of Internal Affairs of the Kingdom in the government of Joseph I of Portugal, 1750–1777. Azulejos, Portuguese hand-painted tin-glazed ceramic tilework.
Arco de Rua Augusta. It was built to commemorate the city's reconstruction after the 1755 earthquake, which destroyed much of the city.
The Praça do Comércio, with a centrepiece of an equestrian statue of King José I, king at the time of the 1755 earthquake, who set in place a major rebuilding project.
Stonework heraldic shields in the Praça do Comércio.
Ceramic tiles in the public toilets at Arco de Rua Augusta.
Got to love these evil-looking light fittings at street level. Obey the red or this tram will make you dead.
In contrast to the modern trams, we have the historical trams, which it is hoped will continue to operate in the narrow streets of Lisbon. They are certainly filled with tourists.
Old architecture contrasts with new.
We have come to take the Telecabine's cable ride over the nation's park, only to find it closed for repairs.
Decoration in scale shapes at the aquarium.
We walk towards the Myriad Hotel with its Vasco da Gama tower and restaurant. A jellyfish in the River Tagus. Walking the tree-lined promenade. Oh, it would have been so much easier to go by cable car.
Randall photobombing my image of the Myriad Hotel.
Decorated tiles at the end of the promenade.
We have taken a bus back to Old Lisbon and look up at the ruins of the Carmelite convent.
To get to the convent, we are going to take the Santo Justa lift, installed in 1885.
This elegant framework is the lift shaft. Our day travel cards includes the use of the lift.
The lift system was manufactured in London. Inside the lift car, we asked the attendant if we could let everyone else leave to get a solo photo. This was agreed to. Lisbon from the Carmelite convent. A female officer on ceremonial duty.
We have come uptown in the ascensor, now go downtown by tram.
With space so limited, we have to meet a school kid crocodile. 2 minutes and 45 seconds, top to bottom.
Time to head back to the riverfront for our speedboat ride.
Some views of the Padreo dos Descobrimentos from the land. Henry the Navigator leads a frieze of memorable Portuguese explorers and their sponsors. Ready to go boating.
We start our speedboat trip along the River Tagus.
Raul, they saw the video. I was the video editor.
And I said to Randall, oh, what's that?
That is not only me screaming. The climax of an excellent cruise was a high-speed 360 with twists and turns in the boat. So exciting.
Yes!
First class.
After trying to follow in the wake of the Portuguese navigators, it is back to earth for us, a new day.
Lisbon's flea market is called Feira de Ladra, supposedly thieves' market. In Portuguese, ladra is a woman thief, but it is said that it comes from ladro, a bug or a flea found in antiques.
The church of Santa Ingracia was converted into the national pantheon in the 20th century to become the burial vault of important Portuguese personalities. Randall about to film me having coffee and pastelas de nata. So delicious.
Reflections of the Pantheon. Igreja de São Vicente de Fora, the monastery of St. Vincent outside the walls, a 17th century church and monastery. The Great Dome from outside.
The Great Dome from the inside. We take a tram from Soio Vicente to our restaurant near the Lisbon Cathedral.
Entered through a plain wooden door that could belong to anybody's flat. The Churrasco de Grasa's little advert was pointed out to us by a stallholder in the Feira del Ladra.
We decided on garlic prawns, a kilogram of them. While looking at the plate, we felt that it was a kilogram cooked weight. What a meal. We were there for hours.
Fountain with azulejos decorative tiles at our restaurant. We saw several vintage sidecar units for hire with driver and tour guide. Back to the Lisbon Cathedral, better known as Sé de Lisboa. It is the oldest and most important church in the city. We look up the nave towards the altar.
And back to the magnificent rose window over the main entrance.
Ceiling in the style of azulejos tiles.
Just time to catch the metro to our hotel, collect our bags and head out for our evening flight home. 3 wonderful days in Lisboa.